Thank you for joining us on today's edition of the program. And we'll be discussing one of the global trending activities. Do you know that you can work virtually from home or anywhere in the world, and yet you are not there physically, but you can do your work and also relate or relate with other people? Perhaps the advent of COVID 19 also accelerated virtual presence in everything, almost everything we do in the world. We're going to be looking at the ICT world, information and communication technology, and how it can impact our society. My name is Yakubu Tadi. My guest has been here before, I think about some years back. So he may need to refresh himself so that some of you will remember him. He's in the IT industry, and let's say he's doing well by my own standard, but your assessment is what matters. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Well, you tell our viewer, introduce yourself and give them a brief about yourself.
Okay, my name is Chief Kope Silvanus Joseph. I'm glad to be on this platform once again, and thank you for the opportunities that you have been given to providing for the younger generation, especially in Plateau State. As I said, my name is Chief Kope Silvanus Joseph. I'm the governing board member, chairman, of A Plus Computer Training Technology Limited, and equally the chairman, Plateau State Association of Tech Companies on the Plateau.
Are you a chief of technology or you're a chief of your village?
Okay. Okay, I was honored. It is through the tech that I was honored with the chief title holder from my community, from the Miship Nation, following my antecedent in the area of human capital development, especially for the teaming youth. And I was duly honored with that title. And the title is called Dabamjef Miship, meaning the helper of Miship youth,
Okay.
which is domiciled in my area of assistance, especially in the area of human capital development.
So, how many of Mishib youth have benefited from such your gesture? And it would assume that if you go there, everybody is tech savvy.
Okay, we presently, I think for over the years, our 13 years of existence, yearly we have been given scholarship to the Miship youth at a very high rate, at a minimum of at least. Okay, this year alone, I think we have given like scholarship in two different dimensions. We have about 24 youth from the Miship community that have benefited just for this year. Now, it is not just the Miship where I'm coming from, even the area where me I'm coming from also, where my offices are situated, Tuduwada, Rentia, and Zara Road, we have equally been given. Currently, the Tuduwada youth community, we have provided training for 15. During the summer class, which all the students were at home, we took it upon ourselves with my team, which we provided a free 1 month training, I think to about 125, which was being done at one of the primary schools at Tuduwada. Now, beyond giving the scholarship, what has been the feedback from our beneficiaries? Basically, I will say out of some of the few that I have provided training scholarship for them from the Miship community itself, I can categorically tell you that we have about 15 who are currently working. I think about 5 are currently in Abuja with some private company that are working there, and then the other ones are established, and then some are also working remotely, either as a social media influencer or as a graphic designer or as product design in their various capacity.
Well, tech is here. We have to live with it, or we're out of the progress of humanity. What are those special areas that you're also looking at that people should get into it, not just the normal typing? Some people who just type and they think, no, I know computer. Beyond those things that people do and type.
Okay, beyond end users, the typing is basically use of application is called end users
Okay.
In the IT world. Beyond the end users, use of application, we have a lot of opportunities that the Nigerian youth. I want to go beyond the state. It's a state level. The Nigerian youth can be able to leverage on on technology in the area of soft skills. When I say soft skills, we have soft skill has to do with coding, software development, and in the software development, they are categorized into three. We have the front end developers, we have the back end developers, and then we have product design. Now, it doesn't necessarily, like for product design, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go deeply into the coding level, maybe use of programming languages. Somebody who uses iOS or somebody who is good in with with graphics and so on, or use of colors and so on and so forth, can also have an opportunity in the tech industry. Again, the world is gradually coming into an area where our environments are not secured. And it is very important that there are a lot of opportunities in the tech area, in the area of use of artificial intelligence, data science. Currently, you agree with me that we have very poor data mining in our country. And if people can equally look at that dimension, it is another opportunity for them because most people also work remotely. In short, I think out of some of my staff, like about 4 of them, they work remotely. Aside working with A Plus Computer Training Technology Limited, they work remotely in which they are being paid. So they work for international company, which they manage their data, the database for them, and which monthly they are also being paid. And they equally provide some level of professional skills in the area of cybersecurity, ensuring that whatever information an organization have set up, definitely you must have a system administrator who can be able to manage all that concern that organization. So there's a lot for the youth for them to be able to leverage on. But for them to be able to become professionals or for them to become tech savvy, they must always, at all time, always try as much as possible to acquire the new skills. Even me myself, this is my 16 years as a tech person, and I will tell you that on a daily basis, I do learn. Currently, I think there are about like 2 or 3 online classes that I'm also undergoing, which it is to help me to keep me fit in the job, in the description of my job, so that at least opportunities not necessarily mean that I must have an opportunity in that, but as an IT person, very good to prepare myself so that I can be able to provide the needed information that is needed for me.
Well, it's important that you give this explanation, but looking at it also, recently there have been these stories about Nigerians moving abroad. They call it Japa, and especially people in the fintech industry, financial technology. And there are gaps, and that the problems we've been noticing with our e-transactions has been because there's a gap in that area. It also means how strong or how large is the number of people who are professionally trained that can fit into. We have a population of estimatedly 200 million people, and yet that gap still exists. How do we feel this?
As individual or as people, we equally need to understand that for us to develop a nation, we must be willing to learn. And beyond learning, we must also be ready and also give in our own various capacity. Technology has come to play a great role in making sure that Nigeria as a nation is being upskilled. But the challenges there is that some of the policies that our government do make does not really promote our economy systems to leverage on technology because of, I think, that fear or because of lack of maybe our culture and so on and so forth. But for developed nations, you agree with me that they are leveraging on technology to ensure that a lot of things are being done. You agree with me that, the government office, when you go to a government office, you will see that there are systems there, but most of these systems are outdated. And as a director, it is difficult for he or she to be able to manipulate or use the system to carry out his day-to-day activities, which at the end of the day, these are the people who are the aim of affairs that can be able to make policies and ensure that, people who are the downstream can also make use of leverage on that opportunities. But they themselves, they are not making use of it. So how do you expect that those who are the downstream will equally be able to leverage on that? But that notwithstanding, I believe that with what few of us were doing, especially in the area of tech, we are trying to not just sensitize, but we're trying to ensure that we we engage the younger ones by giving them these free scholarships for them to be able to pick interest in having interest in the tech ecosystems. And I want to also let you know that most people who really are doing well even in the tech industry, most of them are not they are not professional in the tech industry. When I say professionals, they maybe at the degree level or MSc level and so on and so forth. They did not offer or did not study computer science in the universities or in the polytechnic and so on and so forth. Tech is so it is an easy thing that anybody can be able to venture. As well, it's just interest. Once you have the interest on that, you can equally do that.
So there was a recent policy by pronouncement by His Excellency the Governor of Plateau saying that for those who want to be permanent secretaries, they must have they pass computer-based tests, and they'll be done like that. At what point should the civil service be automated? If you look at the cadre, it also means there's a gap beyond. So what is your thinking about that pronouncement?
Okay, it's a very nice policy, but one thing I will want the government and our viewers to understand or to know is this. Beyond giving priorities to the senior cadres for them to maybe possibly get to undergo maybe a tech training, it is also very important that the system need to be retransformed. Retransformed in the sense that they should make it a policy whereby it shouldn't just be maybe during exam or during promotions that civil servant or individual or senior officer should be checkmate in the area of his tech skills. They should make it maybe a routine, maybe yearly or quarterly, for them to equally be undergoing this training. And then maybe in the process of recruitment, it should also be another opportunity, maybe a criteria for whoever is seeking employment with the state government or whatever, that must be IT compliance. Now that will equally help in ensuring that those who are IT illiterate will automatically be wiped out gradually. By doing that, it will equally help to ensure that there is professionalism in job delivery of service that is being rendered in the various offices.
Okay, 16 years on doing this job and looking at the Plateau environment, what is your assessment in terms of tech skills and ability of people within the environment to fit into the new global trend?
Okay, my 16 years of experience, I will tell you that Plateau State, in the tech ecosystems of Nigeria, I think we should be I think should 65%.
65%.
Reason being that aside Lagos,
and that's a B plus.
Yes, aside Lagos, aside Abuja, and then Edo State, who are equally following our footstep, and then Kaduna State, Plateau State outstand any other state as far as tech is concerned. Our only challenges is that there is no political will to support what we are doing, especially we are the private sectors in the tech ecosystem. We have been proposing, and that is why, permit me, let me deviate, and that is why we decided to form this association called PLATEC. PLATEC means Plateau Association of Tech Company, and I'm the chairman. It's a collection of renowned tech companies, University of Just, Equa Computer, A Plus Computer, NHub, SmartWebs, Blue Algorithm, and so on and so forth. They are members, and we have established our presence in the 17 local government. Now, while we are doing that, and we're working in partnership with Plasmida and together with SMIDAN at the national level, together with GIZ. Why did we do that? We are doing that to ensure that whatever we do, this particular individual who we have raised for them to be able to help, who have developed, should not just, they shouldn't leave the state, but at least they should be domiciled in this place. So we felt it is very important that we should have what we call our own Silicon Valley within Plateau State. That will help us to harness on these talents that we have been able to develop over the years. It is because of the lack of the political will from the government side that most of the people who we have trained and we have developed are leaving the state because the environment, conducive environment, is not there. When I say conducive environment, beyond security, um, support from the government is not there.
And patronage, you mean?
Support in the area of what most of these tech guys need is a shared facility where you can equally have an office. You have where at least it's secure. There's light for you. There's data and whatever. You just come and then you do a lot of things and so on and so forth. And then you bring a lot of revenue. And then by there, government equally make a lot of money from that aspect. So if you have a shared facilities, it will really help, especially we in the tech industry, for us to be able to contribute more to the internal revenue generation for the state.
I have had this mention of trying to create our own Silicon Valley. What would it take? Because over time, from 1999 to date, that has been a song that many governments have pronounced. But yet, how close are we to getting something like that? It may not be exactly, but this is just the talk that we keep talking about.
Yes.
Could that be a reality here?
Yeah, it is. It will. I'm delighted for this question, and that is why I equally mentioned that we have already an association called Platec. We are working closely with GIZ. We are working closely with Plasmida, Plateau State Microfinance Development Agency. And thank you for his leadership, the current DG of Plasmida. He's doing a wonderful job, especially in ensuring that the business community in Plateau State really stand on their feet to contribute more to the development of the state. We currently propose that the government, all what we need is the government should provide land for us. If they can provide land for us and then subsidize it, all we just need, and then give us possibly maybe a building plan.
Or to pay for the land yourself?
Yes, very well.
Okay.
We'll pay it, subsidize it, and everybody come and pay. You take this particular portion, you build it to your own specifications, and then automatically from there, maybe after 1 or 2 years, possibly you begin to pay the government, or maybe on lease and so on and so forth. That brings development on its own. And again, once if you say, okay, you need this particular professional services, you know where you can you can just go drive down to, and then you go to that particular Silicon Valley, and then you get these particular services. And so if government are really serious, the private sectors are willing and are ever ready for them to be able to bring this into limelight. I equally want to also share this with you. Beyond the government, there are some private international organizations that have equally come, which we had some engagement with them regarding the same building of this Silicon Gate. And I think the challenge is that the people who are in power currently are not given that opportunities for it to come to limelight. Why am I saying that? Because there have been some engagement that some of the government officials have been engaged, but they didn't give room so that they can equally have proper conversation with the government so that they can be able to come out and tell them this is what they are offering the state itself. But we believe that as an association, since we're domiciled in Plateau State, we keep on pushing to ensure that at least one day, possibly maybe our yearnings will be heard from the government aspect, so that at least at our own part, we keep on adding values to the state itself in the area of human capital development.
Well, I don't understand that. Let's come back to A+ Computer Training Center. And I understand their certification for training institutions and all over. Where is A+, and what have you been doing recently?
Okay. A+ Computer Training Technology Limited is established in 2009, and since then, beyond registration with CAC, we are certified member of CPN, that's Computer Professionals of Nigeria. We are also certified member of NCS, Nigeria Computer Society, and then we are also certified academic partner of NICDA, National Information Communication Development Agency. And then the state agency, which is PIDDA, we're also certified member, and then we're also master trainer for PIDA, master trainer for Plasmida, master trainer for ITF, master trainer for National Directorate of Employment. Beyond that, these are regulatory bodies that are responsible for checkmating or making sure that whatever services that we at A Plus provide is not just standard, but is professional and is well certified. We are equally partners, partners with Microsoft as a gold partner. We are also partner with CompTIA, where we provide professional programs like CompTIA A Plus, Network Plus, and then Security Plus, which after training, they write the exams, which on the VTU center, they write the exams here in JOS, and then the certification come from outside the country itself. Then again, we're also partners with Network Bull. Network Bull is a big tech company in India where most of the certification, like Cisco programs and so on and so forth, Oracles and the rest of it, it started from there before other sub-tech companies begin to come up on board, where they started offering some of these tech skills.
Well, looking at the fact that many have to leave Nigeria who are already trained, who are already skilled, and the problem that most people have in Nigeria is about everything is about you have to obtain. Can dropouts also be participants in the skill sets that you offer, and how can we bridge the gap that is existing there? There's already a threat, because once you are trained, developed countries also see you as potential to move, and then the pay is attractive more than you have in Nigeria.
Yeah, dropout can acquire tech skills. The only challenge is that if he or she cannot read, but as far as you can read and write, and then you are determined and you are interested, automatically you don't have an issue. You have a space in the tech industry. The only challenge in the tech is your interest. Once you have the interest, that is all. It is not as difficult as you think. It is very simple. If I can do it, you can do it even better than me. So anybody is welcome, and is ever the tech industry is ever welcome to welcome anybody, and it is a free place that anybody can be able to try. And you know, the tech industry also is another avenue that it can upskill you, whatever field or whatever you are and whatever you are doing. It can upskill you. In short, it is a platform that ensure that everything that has to do with human life is being advanced.
Thank you very much. We'll have to end the conversation there. And sometimes we'll bring you again to tell us about how your chairmanship is doing, whether possibly we can begin to have e-transactions from our villages, since you're all in the 17 local governments of Plateau State.
Yes, thank you so very much for this opportunity. Lastly, before I leave, I also want to let the viewers also know that under my leadership, we are working with the state government through Plasmida to develop an e-commerce platform, which e-commerce platform automatically is integrating everybody from the 17 local government and outside, and with the first 17 local government within the state, and then taking Plateau State outside Plateau State, so that people can be able to patronize their business and then also their product, and then add value to the state itself.
Okay, taking Plateau to the world.
Very well.
Oh, that's good. And thank you, viewer, for watching, and we do hope that you've learned one or two things from this conversation. If you want to upskill, you know where to go to. There is A Plus Computers and other places that you need to get proper skills, and that can take you further. If you drop out from school, you can get skills. Show interest in what Nigerians have the ability and capacity. It's just for us to make time and develop our skills. Next week, we'll be here again with another personality. Thank you for watching.